Hello, everyone. Welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So here's a quick one. Looks like today it's going to be EFF news because seemingly they don't want us to keep quiet with all the flip-flopping that they are doing. This one really takes the cup for me because talk about a pot calling a kettle black or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure how the idiom goes. So here I am minding my own business and I'm reading newspapers, online newspapers like I always do, and I come across a Times Live big bold letter headline that says EFF want Justice Minister Simelane to resign over VBS bank allegations. I'm like, what? What? Who's calling for Julius Malema as well? Okay, maybe Floyd Shivambu has left the EFF, so we will leave him to the MK party, which I don't think they're going to do anything about that. But Julius Malema, is he also going to be resigning from the EFF, considering that he's implicated in the VBS Mutual Bank? Hmm. Anyways, let's read what the article says. So the subheading says DA and Action Essay call for swift action from Parliament and Public Protector. I agree on that sentiment. Now let's read about the EFF. The EFF has called for the immediate resignation of the Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Thembi Simelane over allegations she received a loan of more than 500,000 rand from a company that allegedly received unlawful funds from VBS Mutual Bank. I almost laughed. This is a very serious matter, guys, because it involves Black people whose finances or money were stolen by people that are alleged to be Julius Malema being one of them, receiving over 5 million rand or something like that, allegedly, according to the VBS CEO, who is now currently serving a prison term because he bargained with the state and that he said he was going to sing like a canary. And indeed, he started singing like a canary, and the names like Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu popped up in his affidavit as people who received funding, stolen funds from VBS Mutual Bank, which subsequently collapsed in 2018. And now we are having Julius Malema's party calling for a fellow alleged criminal in this matter to resign because she was appointed recently as the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, which I agree because the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, they kind of like also the head of our justice system. I will explain that a little bit later what I mean by that, but no, not EFF. Not EFF coming to play holier than thou in this matter. The EFF demands Simelane step down immediately as Justice Minister. Her resignation is the only appropriate course of action to preserve the integrity of our justice system and to allow for an independent and impartial investigation into her actions. Furthermore, we call on law enforcement agencies to act swiftly in holding her accountable, the party said. I wish it also said, and all that are involved, because if they say, and all that are involved, their leader, Julius Malema, will also be one of those that the law enforcement agencies of the state will have to take action by arresting them. The loan was allegedly obtained from Gundo Wealth Solution when she was mayor of Polokwane. Convicted former VBS boss Tafitswa Matudzi, that's the guy that I was telling you about, alleged in his plea bargain affidavit that the company owned by Relium Razwanani had helped secure deposits for VBS from municipalities in return for an average of 2% of the capital investment. The EFF believes Simelane must answer questions about the investments made by the Polokwane municipality during her tenure. The party has also raised concerns about Simelane's role as someone who has significant influence over the National Prosecuting Authority, which is investigating those involved in the collapse of the bank. I highly agree with that one because she will always know who are the accused. She will always know who is about to get arrested and prosecuted. She will always know that. And because she holds that power, she will withhold the process of justice by making sure that she prolongs her own arrest and prosecution as well as of her fellow comrades in the ANC. This presents an unattainable conflict of interest. How can the person implicated in a scandal be expected to ensure a fair and thorough investigation into that same scandal? I agree. But hey, you must not forget your leader here. Simelani's continued presence in the role threatens the integrity of the investigations and undermines the pursuit of justice. And like South African culture, when it comes to accused ministers and public figures and public representatives, they actually want to be dragged screaming and kicking out of those positions when they're supposed to look at themselves and say, listen, I am compromised and the position that I hold, it is too sensitive for me to remain. Let me tender my letter of resignation. No, she wants to hold on to this position until she is dragged screaming and kicking. Why do African leaders are like this is beyond me. What ever happened to integrity? Other political parties, including the DA, want Simelane to appear before the Justice Parliamentary Portfolio to answer to the allegations. Good. At the very least, the minister needs to be brought before Parliament to account for what measures she intends to put in place to manage the glaring conflict of interest between herself as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development and her role involving the MPA, which must surely be investigating the minister and this transaction, said DAMP advocate Clarence Breitenbach. Action SA Parliament Caucus leader Arthur Trollip wants the public protector to investigate the matter. We simply cannot afford to overlook this issue given the implication for our justice system. Everyone involved in the looting of VPS Mutual Bank needs to be prosecuted regardless of their political affiliation, he said. Action SA believes this is a clear case of obvious conflict of interest with the integrity of the justice system under her stewardship at stake. It is simply it is simply unattainable that the person entrusted with ensuring justice is upheld in South Africa may herself be compromised, which in turn cast a shadow over the MPA's ability to carry out its mandate impartially and without favor. If you're wondering what is MPA, that is the National Prosecuting Authority in South Africa. They are the ones who make the decision who gets prosecuted, who doesn't get prosecuted. And the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, she can influence that process of who gets prosecuted and who should not be prosecuted, which includes herself, if indeed all these allegations are true. Should the public protector conclude there is sufficient evidence of wrongdoing, Action SA is determined to take the matter to President Cyril Ramaphosa and request Simelane's immediate removal from cabinet, he said. VBS Mutual Bank collapsed in 2018, leaving thousands of depositors with significant financial loss. And all of those people are black people that the EFF keeps shouting on the mountaintop that we should always put first, we should always love, and and yet they are stealing from them, allegedly. The bank's collapse was attributed to widespread corruption, where allegedly the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, as well as the former deputy president of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu, and his brother, Brian Shivambu, are implicated in taking money from VBS Mutual Bank. All is this alleged, of course, until they appear before a court and a court makes a determination of guilt or not guilty. So for now, we're just going to say allegedly because they are innocent until proven guilty. That is our criminal justice system principle. Other than that, guys, I was like, wait a minute. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, there is not even a matter of let's first investigate. No, she needs to step down right now. so that the integrity of our MPA is intact. Because right now, with all these VBS alleged criminals, they may actually run to her and say, listen, girl, listen, we are on this boat together. Can you make sure that dockets get lost? Can you make sure that we don't get prosecuted? Can you make sure you steal some evidence that will make it insufficient evidence for their prosecution to be successful? Because the number one goal of the National Prosecuting Authority is to have successful prosecutions, which are going to lead to a guilty verdict and successful convictions. So now, how are they going to be able to do that while she is still the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development? No, the integrity of the MPA, as well as the criminal justice system itself, she needs to step down. She needs to resign. She needs to leave, just like Dada, her comrade, the mayor of Johannesburg. They just need to do the honorable thing and say, listen, guys, for the sake of my own integrity, my own principles and values, as well as the and as well as the reputation, image, and logo, emblem, and whatever of the ANC, I'm deciding not to put my organization into disrepute by stepping down, resigning, and leave, so that we can have a successful prosecution if indeed all of these allegations are true. Africa, what is wrong with you? Anyways, guys, do not leave this video without liking, commenting, and sharing. And when you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I appreciate you guys for your support. Highly, highly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. See you next time with a new video. Hopefully, the EFF have not flip-flopped after this video for me to make another one. Anyways, bye.